Hello and welcome to Today in History. My name is Sotonye Afiasimama. If this is your first time on my channel, you're very welcome. If you're returning, you are also very welcome. So as usual, we're going to roll back blind to the year 1899. So, what happened on this day? We shall soon find out. As you might have guessed, this is a map of what is now known as South Africa. But as you know, it wasn't always so. So this was the day in 1899 that the South African War, called the Battle of Belmont, or the South African Boer War, began between Great Britain and the two Boer, which is the Afrikaner republics, the South African Republic, Transvaal, and the Orange Free State. So this was what happened on this day in 1899. So Rhodesia is now known as Zimbabwe. So that's the country to the north east of South Africa. Bechuanaland Protectorate is now part of South Africa. Cape Colony, of course, now part of South Africa. Bloemfontein, Orange Free State, as you can see here in the middle. Transvaal, Pretoria, the capital of Transvaal, Zululand, and then Swaziland, obviously now a country in its own right. Lesotho is over there, also now a country in its own right. So this was the day that the Boer War started between Great Britain and the Dutch, who had occupied South Africa much earlier. Okay, October 11th, again, 1884. On this day, this beautiful lady, Eleanor Roosevelt, was born. She, of course, was the wife of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who was a former president of the United States of America. She, Eleanor Roosevelt, was an American diplomat. She was a humanitarian, as well as First Lady, of course, of the United States of America. So it's a happy posthumous birthday to Eleanor Roosevelt, who, if she was still alive, would be 136 years old today. So yeah, be interesting if we could live that long, healthy and young. So happy posthumous birthday, Eleanor Roosevelt, born on this day in 1884. 1958, on this day, Pioneer 1, not the radio, but this. The US Deep Space Probe satellite that was launched into orbit, unmanned, I might add, launched into orbit on this day in 1958. I talked about John Lennon yesterday. Happened to be his birthday yesterday. It's posthumous birthday, but this probably was released a day after his birthday. So imagine all the people. So British musician John Lennon's Imagine was released as a single, an iconic song of hope and peace. It is arguably the best known work of his solo career. So this is an interesting drawing of John Lennon, the Jacksonville Music Experience from WJCT presents Imagine. And that is John Lennon's signature to the left of this picture, and that looks like an LP cover of the song Imagine. So let's move on to the year 1984. We're back in space, and her name is Kathryn Sullivan, American astronaut. She became the first woman to walk in space. So Kathryn Sullivan, first woman to walk in space. That happened on this day in 1984. first American, I might add, to work in space. So pictures of Kathryn Sullivan. Okay, that is Kathryn Sullivan for you. Now, I did emphasize that she was the first American in space. So, don't know if this is a coincidence or this was done to eclipse Kathryn Sullivan or it was the other way around. But the year is 2000, and this lady, Valentina Tereshkova, in a ceremony in London, the International Women of the Year Association awarded the title Greatest Woman Achiever of the Century to Russian cosmonaut Valentina Tereshkova, the first woman in space. So, was it the American or the Russian? Obviously, it was a Russian because this happened earlier. This happened on the 16th of June, 1963. Full name is Valentina Vladimirovna Tereshkova. She's now a member of the Russian State Duma, which is a Russian parliament. She is an engineer, of course, and of course a former cosmonaut. She's also the youngest woman to have flown in space with a solo mission on the Vostok 6. And like I said earlier, that happened on the 16th of June, 1963. So the reason for this video is that this was the day she was honored in the year 2000 as the greatest woman achiever of the century. So more pictures of this lady, Valentina Tereshkova. The spacesuit and her military uniform, and then this picture. She was born in 1937, as it says here, first woman to visit space. So, yes, the American was the second woman to visit space, so the first American woman to visit space. So, on that note, we end today's Today in History, one of my shortest videos yet in this series. I shall see you tomorrow, hopefully 12th of October, for another edition of Today in History. My name again is Sotonye Afiesimama. Do not forget to subscribe by clicking the notification bell so that you receive updates of my video uploads. Also, like the video if you like it, and share this with your family and friends. So until tomorrow, stay safe. Bye-bye.